What if I told you that a poor fisherman living in a small coastal town understood something about life that millionaires, CEOs, and even billionaires still don't understand? This fisherman lived a very simple life. Every morning, just after sunrise, he would take his small wooden boat out into the ocean. He didn't stay long. He caught just enough fish to provide for his family, and by late morning, he was already heading back to shore. The rest of his day looked nothing like what most people would expect. He would sit outside his home, laugh with his children, play music with his friends, and spend quiet evenings watching the sunset beside his wife. There was no rush in his life, no stress, no endless chasing. One afternoon, a wealthy businessman from New York arrived in the village. He was the kind of man who believed in constant growth, long hours, and maximizing every second of the day. When he saw the fisherman relaxing while the sun was still high, he was confused. He approached him and asked why he wasn't out fishing longer. The fisherman looked up calmly and said he had already caught enough for the day. The businessman shook his head and told him he was thinking too small. He explained that if the fisherman spent more hours fishing, he could catch more fish and earn more money. With that money, he could buy a bigger boat. With a bigger boat, he could catch even more fish. Eventually, he could hire workers, build a company, and grow it into a large fishing business. The fisherman listened quietly and then asked what would happen next. The businessman, now more excited, said that over time, the business would grow so large that he could sell it for millions of dollars. After that, he could retire early, move to a peaceful place by the ocean, spend time with his family, relax, and truly enjoy life. There was a brief silence between them. Then the fisherman smiled gently and asked a simple question. "What do you think I'm doing right now?" In that moment, the businessman had no answer. Because everything he had spent his life chasing was already present in front of him. The fisherman already had the peace, the time, and the freedom that the businessman believed could only be earned after years of sacrifice. The truth is, many people spend their entire lives running toward a future they hope will finally make them happy. They work longer hours, take on more stress, and delay joy, believing that one day, everything will slow down and they will finally have time to live. But time doesn't wait. It doesn't pause while we chase success. It keeps moving, quietly and consistently, whether we notice it or not. And one day, many people realize that they spent so much of their life preparing to live that they forgot to actually live. Time is the one thing that cannot be bought, replaced, or recovered. Once it's gone forever. The fisherman understood something that most people overlook. Life is not just about building for the future. It is also about experiencing the present. It is about knowing when enough is enough and appreciating what you already have. Because in the end, it's not about how much time you have. It's about how you choose to use it.